Nearly 5 decades after it first surfaced on the big screen, Jaws continues to cast a long shadow over cinema and our collective fear of the ocean. While many know the film as the defining creature feature of the 1970s, few realize that one of its most terrifying qualities came not from the mechanical shark or John Williams' haunting score, but from a subtle, almost subliminal technique used by Steven Spielberg, the near-total absence of visible land. This seemingly simple creative choice was far from accidental. Spielberg, just 27 at the time, understood that in order for Jaws to truly unsettle its audience, the characters needed to feel isolated. By framing most of the shark attack sequences with a horizon stretching endlessly around the boat and omitting any glimpse of shoreline, Spielberg tapped into a primal fear, being stranded in the vast, unknowable ocean with no hope of escape. Even in scenes that occur near shore, Spielberg finds clever ways to make the water feel vast and threatening. The chilling opening, where a young woman is attacked during a midnight swim, is a perfect example. Though the scene begins on dry land, the actual attack is filmed in such a way that it feels like she's alone in an endless sea, even with her companion just feet away. The land becomes a distant memory the moment she starts to scream. Spielberg's fear of showing land wasn't just stylistic, it was psychological. He believed that the mere sight of a coastline would provide comfort, suggesting the characters could escape danger by simply swimming back. By removing that visual safety net, he increased the tension tenfold. The audience, like Chief Brody and Quint, felt trapped. The only way out was forward, through the shark. This restraint also served a practical function. The famously faulty mechanical shark, nicknamed Bruce, often malfunctioned. As a result, Spielberg was forced to rely on suggestion and implication more than full frontal attacks. The result? A masterclass in suspense. Viewers rarely saw the shark, but they always felt its presence. The camera would drift below the surface, mimicking the predator's point of view, creating a visceral sense of vulnerability. This clever workaround inadvertently contributed to the film's status as a horror masterpiece. Rather than relying on gore or special effects, Jaws became terrifying through implication, through what we didn't see, and what we couldn't escape from. Spielberg took the limitations of his production and transformed them into one of the greatest strengths of the film. Perhaps most genius of all is how Spielberg ends the film. After the climactic battle between Brody and the shark, we finally see land again as Brody and Hooper paddle back on a piece of driftwood. It's the first time since the second act that terra firma reappears on screen. That image, land on the horizon, signals not just safety, but the end of a relentless psychological ordeal. Yet even then, Spielberg leaves the audience with a lingering sense of dread. The ocean is still there. The shark may be gone, but the fear it represents is eternal. This technique, hiding land to amplify fear, has rarely been replicated with such finesse. Other shark films have tried to mimic Jaws, but few have matched its blend of minimalism, suspense, and masterful direction. Spielberg didn't just make a great monster movie. He redefined what a director could achieve with atmosphere alone. For all its technical wizardry, memorable performances, and cultural impact, Jaws endures because it never lets us feel safe. Spielberg removed our last line of defense, the shoreline, and left us floating in uncertainty. That's why Jaws still terrifies, even today.